somewhere between the wild heart of Bohemia and the quiet soul of the North, there lives a kind of home that doesn't follow rules. It listens instead to silence, to sunlight, to the rhythm of the day unfolding. It's not just built with beams and bricks, but with memories of barefoot mornings and long, quiet afternoons. A home that doesn't just shelter you, it frees you from clutter, from noise, from the heavy chase of perfection. You don't walk into it, you exhale into it. It greets you like an old friend, unbothered, honest, effortlessly beautiful in its simplicity. Did you know that 70% of homeowners feel their space doesn't reflect their style? Don't be part of that statistic. Subscribe and start designing a home that truly feels yours. Every fiber of it hums a soft truth. You don't have to fill every inch to feel full. You don't need bright colors to feel alive. You don't need ornate ceilings to feel elevated. This is the Boho Scandi Barndominium, where function surrenders to feeling, where every open space is an invitation to slow down, and every quiet texture tells a louder story than any trend ever could. You won't find gold-plated chandeliers here, but you will find a light that feels warmer somehow, a breeze that feels wiser, a floor that creaks not with age, but with character. This isn't just a house, it's a pause, a permission slip, a place you don't just live in, but come back to yourself in. Welcome to the beginning of something softer. Imagine stepping into a space where time doesn't rush you, where clocks lose their urgency, and mornings linger a little longer, where linen curtains sway without reason, just because the wind felt like speaking. And the walls, they don't echo, they whisper, stories collected from faraway markets, weathered journals, and the hands of those who craft more than they consume. This home wasn't designed, it was gathered. From pieces that had a life before this one, a hand-woven rug with sun-faded corners, a low-slung table shaped by patience, not machines, a ceramic bowl slightly imperfect, but beloved because of it. It doesn't beg to be photographed. It simply invites you in, quietly, gently, like an old friend holding open the door. A beautiful home is not a dream. It's an art, and you're the artist. Subscribe and start creating spaces that speak to the soul. Here, the structure doesn't hide behind gloss or grandeur. It stands tall with humility. Barn roots, exposed beams, wide walls that breathe. There's nothing to prove, and so much to feel. Scandinavian calm anchors the space, but Bohemian soul dances through it. Raw textures, soft tones, an effortless stillness, the kind that doesn't just look cozy, it feels like exhale. It's open, not just in design, but in intention. Every corner invites you to sit, to think, or to simply be. No pressure to impress, no race to finish, just space. Pure, honest, uncluttered space, the kind that holds you, and maybe, if you let it, sets you free. Every piece that settles into this home seems to arrive with a stamped passport, a past adventure, a quiet secret. A rattan chair once listened to the tide in Bali. A copper-necked lamp glowed through cold Swedish winters before resting here. Handmade ceramics, round and calm, now lean against pale oak, cupping morning light like it's sacred water. Nothing here is loud, yet nothing feels unseen. Hues drift in from honest places, clay after summer rain, flax drying in a southern field, young olive leaves catching dawn, ash cooled and forgiving. They don't compete, they harmonize, a soft choir of earth speaking in low, reassuring tones. Textures finish the conversation. Linen crinkles without apology. Jute fibers trace imperfect lines beneath bare feet. Brushed metal remembers the craftsman's hands. Even the air seems textured, infused with cedar, citrus peel, and the faint memory of campfire smoke. Look closer and you'll notice small rebellions against polished perfection. A hairline crack in glazed stone, the playful tilt of a frame, threads of indigo stitching wandering off course. These flaws are invitations, proof that life is allowed to happen here. Cups clink, pages turn, laughter spills. Transform your home. Transform your life. Subscribe now and let's create spaces you'll love forever. This room is not curated, it's gathered. Stories overlap the way tree rings meet, distinct yet concentric, holding one another. Together they create a rhythm slower than city clocks, kinder than deadlines, deeper than trends. Sit long enough and the home begins to breathe with you. The palette soothes your eyes, the textures ground your skin, the quiet artifacts send rootlets into memory. In this stillness you realize the boldest design choice was restraint, and the greatest luxury is space for the soul to stretch. Here, collected peace replaces curated perfection, reminding us that home is not a museum. It's a living poem, forever unfinished, eternally welcoming. Step in, feel it, stay a while. In a world of noise, this home is a hush, a gentle pause between sentences, a soft breath you didn't realize you'd been holding. When the outside spins faster, chasing more stuff, more sparkle, more speed, this space dares to move in the opposite direction. It doesn't shout for attention. It simply waits for you to slow down enough to notice. And when you do, something shifts. Because this isn't just a place to live. It's a space to feel, to reconnect with the things that matter, the things that last. A warm laugh over morning coffee. A pencil sketch slowly coming to life in quiet hands. Sunlight that doesn't just hit the wall, but rests there, long enough to be remembered. This is where the rush ends, where stillness begins, where you're not defined by what you own, but by how deeply you feel. The Boho Scandi Barndominium isn't a style pinned to a board or flipped through in a glossy magazine. It's a return to soul, to intention, to moments unfiltered and unapologetically simple. It's for the ones who've grown tired of surface-level beauty and crave something quieter, something rooted. A kind of living that's measured not in square feet or price tags, but in peace. Because the true heart of a home isn't built with rules, it's revealed through rhythm. The rhythm of slow dinners, bare feet, shared silences. The kind of life that doesn't perform, but simply is. And in this stillness, in this surrender, you don't just find a home, you find yourself. And maybe that's what truly matters. But behind every woven texture and sunlit corner, there's more than meets the eye. There's a story beneath the stillness, a quiet mystery resting just below the surface. Why do we feel something stir when we walk through a space like this? Why does it feel like we've been here before, even if we haven't? Why does it feel like home, even when nothing matches, even when the walls are bare? Maybe it's the way the elements speak to each other, the raw with the refined, the handmade with the inherited, the stillness with the wild. Or maybe it's something older, something instinctual, something in us that remembers how it felt to live simply, to be surrounded by pieces that carried stories, not just price tags, to walk through a space and feel held. This mix, boho and Scandi, it isn't random. It's a quiet harmony, a balance between freedom and order, earthiness and air. It doesn't ask for attention. It earns your trust, moment by moment. And somewhere in that trust, something begins to unlock. You start noticing how the light shifts during the day, how the same space can feel new each morning, how stillness can say more than 1,000 words ever could. This isn't just about style, it's about sensation, a soft unraveling of everything you thought a home had to be. Because this blend of opposites somehow reflects you. your need for both calm and color, structure and spontaneity, rootedness and flight. It's not just the design, it's what it awakens in you. And once it does, you can't unfeel it. Maybe this isn't just a tour. Maybe it's a mirror, a soft reflection of the place inside you that's been longing for quiet, for warmth, for a space that doesn't just impress, but understands. And maybe you're not just watching this because you love design. Maybe it's something deeper. Maybe it's the way this space speaks without words, the way it reminds you of something you almost forgot. How good it feels to breathe slowly, to notice the flicker of light across the floor, to feel home without needing to explain why. Maybe that's why you're here, because a part of you is already building it. Not just the walls, not just the rooms, but the life inside it. The gentle routines, the soft laughter, the silence that feels like safety. You don't need blueprints to start, just a longing, a vision that doesn't demand more things, but more meaning. And if this voice inside you is saying yes, then let this be the beginning. Not just of a home, but of a way of being. Lighter, slower, truer, because design isn't about trends. It's about remembering who you are and creating a space that makes it easier to return to that. So stay with us. Let this space keep unfolding. Let this story keep revealing itself. Subscribe, not just for style, but for sanctuary, for spaces that feel like exhale, for homes that feel like healing, and for the beautiful, quiet life that's already waiting for you to step into it. We're already there. Now, so are you.